Have you ever felt overwhelmed by just how much stuff is in your life? Maybe it's the clutter in your house or all those small expenses adding up every month, draining your wallet without you even noticing. It's exhausting to keep track of everything and constantly feel like you're running out of time and money. But there is also a way to simplify things, reduce stress, and get your finances in order. It's called minimalism. Minimalism is a powerful approach that can help you cut through the clutter, focus on what truly matters, and ultimately save more money. It's not about extreme sacrifices or living with nothing. It's about getting rid of the excess so you have space, physically, mentally, and financially, for the things that bring true value to your life. In this video, we'll show you 10 extreme minimalist budgeting tips that can help you take control of your spending and make every dollar count. These are practical steps anyone can use to embrace a more intentional, fulfilling way of life. So if you're ready to make changes that will help you save big, stick around. And if you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you won't miss out on the valuable insights we share in our future videos. Let's get into it. The first extreme minimalist budgeting tip is simple but highly effective. Order water at restaurants. This might sound small, but it makes a huge difference. Think about it. Every time you go out to eat, the cost of a soda or a fancy drink adds up, both in dollars and in calories. By just opting for water, you're not only making a healthier choice, but you're also saving a significant amount of money in the long run. Let's break it down. Let's suppose you are going out twice a week and spend an extra $3 to $10 on a drink each time. That's $6 to $20 a week, which becomes $24 to $80 a month, and almost $960 a year. All that for something that doesn't add much value to your experience. As Warren Buffett says, do not save what is left after spending. Instead, spend what is left after saving. Cutting small, unnecessary expenses like this is exactly the type of intentionality minimalism encourages. On top of that, ordering water is a great habit that aligns with both health and financial goals. It's a win-win. This simple choice, ordering water instead of soda or other drinks, is a great way to practice minimalist spending without feeling deprived. It's about making a small shift that ends up having a big impact over time. The next extreme minimalist budgeting tip is all about your workday routine. Take your lunch to work. This might sound straightforward, but it's one of the most powerful habits you can develop to save money. Taking your lunch to work is a powerful habit that can save you a lot of money over time. By preparing your own lunch, you avoid the daily expense of eating out, which can really add up over time. Instead of spending $10 every workday on lunch, pack something simple, leftovers from dinner or a quick salad with some protein. This small change can save you around $2,400 a year while giving you more control over what you're eating, which is often healthier and helps avoid those impulse snack buys. Not to mention, you also have more control over what you're eating, which is often healthier and helps avoid those impulse snack buys. As Tony Robbins once said, success is doing the right things consistently. Packing your lunch might not seem like a big move, but it's those consistent small choices that really add up to significant financial success over time. By taking your lunch to work, you're making a choice that's better for both your budget and your health. Another win-win for minimalism. Now, let's talk about coffee, a daily ritual for many of us. One of the best minimalist budgeting tips is to brew your own coffee at home. It's not only cheaper, but it's also incredibly convenient. You don't have to wait in a long drive-through line or spend $5 on a latte every morning. If you think about it, spending $5 a day on coffee means $35 a week, or $150 a month. That's $1,800 a year just on coffee. By making your own, you save all that money while still getting your caffeine fix. Plus, you can make it exactly the way you like it, without having to worry about a barista getting your order wrong. It's warm and ready whenever you want, without any hassle. To quote Suze Orman, look at every expense as a small leak that needs to be plugged. Brewing your own coffee is exactly that. Plugging a daily leak that could cost you thousands over time. It's a small change that gives you big financial gains without sacrificing anything you truly need. The next extreme minimalist tip may not be for everyone, but it's definitely worth considering. Give up alcohol. This decision isn't just about finances, but the financial benefits are undeniable. However, the financial benefits were undeniable. Benjamin Franklin once said, "Beware of little expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship." Alcohol may seem like a small indulgence, but when you add up the costs, it becomes a major expense. By letting go of it, you're not only saving money, but also gaining clarity, better health, and more control over your life. Some people spend, on average, $300 a month on alcohol. That's $3,600 a year. If you choose to give up alcohol, you're not only saving a ton of money, but you're also improving your health and overall well-being. And remember, minimalism is all about prioritizing what truly adds value to your life. For many people, cutting out alcohol can be a great way to achieve that. Next up on our list of minimalist budgeting tips, order off the value menu at fast food restaurants. If you enjoy the occasional fast food meal, then this tip is for you. The value menu is often less expensive and, honestly, just as tasty as the pricier options. Fast food doesn't have to be a 5-star culinary experience. The value menu offers something quick, affordable, and enjoyable without breaking the bank. Think about it. If you're spending $10 or more on a single meal, those costs pile up quickly. But if you stick to the value menu, you can satisfy your craving for a fraction of the cost. Let's say you save $4 each time you eat out this way. Over the course of a year, those savings add up to hundreds of dollars that could go towards something more meaningful, like a vacation fund or paying down debt. Dave Ramsey once said, "You must gain control over your money, or the lack of it will forever control you." Making small changes like choosing the value menu can help you gain that control without feeling like you're missing out. It's a small, smart choice that aligns perfectly with minimalist principles. This next tip might sound unusual at first, but hear us out. 6. Wear the same style of clothing every day. Wearing the same style of clothing every day can simplify your life and save a lot of money. By sticking to a consistent wardrobe, you cut down on decision fatigue, feel more confident, and avoid spending on clothes you don't really need. Sure, clothes will need replacing eventually, but if you already know what you like and what works for you, you can avoid all those impulse purchases and trendy outfits that often end up sitting in the back of your closet. For example, Steve Jobs famously wore the same black turtleneck, jeans, and sneakers every day. It wasn't about being boring, it was about focusing on what mattered most to him. By simplifying your wardrobe, you save thousands of dollars and make your mornings much smoother. Plus, it's another way to focus on what really matters in your life. As Mark Zuckerberg once said, "I really want to clear my life so that I have to make as few decisions as possible about anything except how to best serve this community." Minimalist clothing is all about that same kind of clarity and simplicity. The next minimalist budgeting tip is to skip those overly expensive razors. Many people think they need the fancy multi-blade razors, the titanium, ProGlide, Mach Fusion types. However, these razors can be very costly, often reaching nearly $40 for a single package of replacement blades. This cost adds up quickly, especially when considering how often replacements are needed. Instead, opt for a more affordable razor that costs around $2 per replacement cartridge. The shave can still be just as close and comfortable as with the expensive blades, but at a fraction of the cost. Making this switch is a small change that leads to significant savings over time, without compromising on quality. As Oprah Winfrey once said, "Be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more." By letting go of the idea that you need the most expensive version of everything, you can appreciate the simple, affordable alternatives that work just as well. This is a perfect example of how minimalist budgeting can lead to significant savings without any real loss of comfort or quality. The next tip is all about reducing energy use at home. Energy prices have been rising rapidly, and one of the easiest ways to save money is by conserving energy. Instead of turning up the thermostat, consider putting on a sweater. In warmer climates, focus on using a fan rather than blasting the air conditioning, but the idea is the same. There are often cheaper ways to control your body temperature than cranking up the heat or AC. Programmable thermostats make it even easier to conserve energy. By setting your home to be cooler or warmer when you're not there, you can save a lot of money without sacrificing comfort. Remember, every small effort counts when you're trying to save money, and conserving energy is one of the best ways to cut down on those monthly bills. As Thomas Edison once said, "The best way to predict the future is to create it." When it comes to energy use, creating a future with lower bills and a smaller environmental impact is entirely in your hands. Every little action adds up. If you love to read, then you probably know how quickly buying new books can add up. This is why the next minimalist budgeting tip is to use your local library. If you love to read, always check the library first. If they don't have a book we want, they can often get it for us. If the library doesn't have it, consider other options. But the library should always be the first stop. Using the library isn't just about saving money, it's about making the most of community resources. Most libraries have an extensive collection, and they even offer digital books and audiobooks nowadays. Plus, libraries aren't just for books. Many offer movies, music, and even classes. And if you live close to a library, it's super convenient. As Albert Einstein once said, "The only thing that you absolutely have to know is the location of the library." By utilizing this incredible resource, you can save a ton of money while still learning and growing, which is what minimalism is all about, focusing on what brings true value to your life. Finally, the last tip in today's video is about own less stuff. A calculation in Reader's Digest shows that cutting down on unnecessary items can save you around $15,000 a year. Think about it. That's a huge amount of money that could be put to better use, like building an emergency fund, investing, or even taking a vacation that creates real memories. Owning less doesn't mean depriving yourself of everything you enjoy. It's all about removing the clutter and keeping only what genuinely adds value to your life. By cutting down on the unnecessary, you create space. Space in your home, in your mind, and in your finances. This leads to more freedom and less stress. As Joshua Becker, one of the leaders of the minimalist movement, puts it, "The beauty of minimalism isn't in what it takes away, it's in what it gives back." Take a look around your home. How much of the stuff around you do you actually use or need? Most of us hold on to things just because we already own them. But by letting go of the extra, you're not losing anything of real value. Instead, you're gaining freedom. So, this last minimalist budgeting tip is to free yourself from the burden of excess and watch as you save money, reduce stress, and create a life that's truly fulfilling. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. By implementing these tips, you can take control of your spending, simplify your life, and focus on what truly matters. If you found these tips helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with anyone who might benefit from these ideas. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you won't miss any of our upcoming content designed to help you live a more intentional, financially free life. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.